Hey guys, so we are gonna do a tester in regards to the Nintendo Switch. It's actually in the dock already, and what I've done is I've used the Joy-Cons. So I basically wanted to know what Nintendo Switch controllers actually kind of worked with the Nintendo Switch, mainly because I've put a lot of money into the Switch and I have a lot of controllers to show for it because I have tested quite a few until I got ones that I really liked and just felt comfortable with and could use for a long period of time. So let's just get a couple of out of the way. So these particular ones, so this one is the normal one you get with the Switch. When you buy it, it's not going to work with the Switch 2. That's literally because of, I'm going to throw it. That's literally because of the attachments are completely different. So we've gone from magnetic attachment with like a motherboard instead of like a slide-in one this time. So this is not going to work. Also, what's not going to work is this one, which is the chargeable version. They're exactly the same, so they're not going to work. On top of that, then this one's not going to work for me, which is the Animal Crossing one. Now personally, I don't think I ever really used this that much. I think it was really cheap, so I might end up vlogging that one. And then you have stuff like this, which is Hori based ones, and if you've never had them, they're great. They give you more support, they're slightly bigger, they do not have a rumble feature though, which I don't really care about, and they don't charge. So they work off of when you plug your controllers into the Switch itself. That's how they kind of work, because they don't hold a charge, but they're really good. Now off the bat, these ones again, you're going to instantly see are not going to work. One, they're smaller than the Switch 2 itself, but two, this bit here is the slide-in mechanism. So none of the Hori controllers are now going to be compatible with Switch 2. They're only going to be compatible with the original Switch. Now these are compatible with the OLED and the Switch. So whether or not you have a normal Switch or a Switch OLED, these are compatible. The only ones they wouldn't be compatible with as well would be the Switch Lite, but that's because you can't dock the Switch Lite. So these are normally really expensive. These can run you about £50. It's a real shame because genuinely, I actually tend to use the Hori controllers more than the Switch controllers themselves. And I also have a Pikachu and Eevee version of this, which is like the green Pikachu and Eevee. They're like some of my favorite controllers. So personally, I'm not going to be getting rid of these, and I will be using these with the Switch itself. But it's kind of sad that obviously they're not compatible. I understand why, obviously, but it's kind of sad. So already from the collection we had, we are 4 different controllers down. That's just the box for the rechargeable version, but we have 4 controllers down already, and I did them first because let's be honest, let's get them out of the way because we kind of all knew they weren't going to work. But for the purpose of the video, we have checked them. Now I have rummaged through my cabinets, my loft, and everything to get every single controller that I can physically find. Now there is a couple that I can't find, which is really frustrating, but I've got 90% of them. As mentioned, I've got a lot of controllers. This is one of my kids' controllers for the Switch. It is literally just a USB one. Be interested to know if that works. Whilst digging, I found a Wii U controller. It's literally just a glorified USB controller again, so it should technically work. It's basically a Pro controller for the Wii U. And then I have other stuff like this. Like this is the charging dock. I'm interested if the charging dock charges, and I do have 2 Pokeballs. So I'm going to be grabbing one of the Pokeballs out, and we'll see perhaps if they register. I can't remember if they just registered on the game when you played the game, because they come with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. But either way, I can't remember what I said. Interesting to know. After this video, there is going to be another video where I compare the Switch 2 against all the Switches we currently own, and that is obviously my Switch, a couple of the other Switches we have, as well as my kids and stuff like that. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to catch that video as well, because that will be coming shortly too. I'm just going to pause the video so I can spin the camera around. So I know the angle is a little bit dodgy, but I kind of want to do it like this instead of just recording it on my like streaming stuff, because then you can see me actually plugging the damn things in and whether or not they actually work. So there is still 2 USB ports at the front of the Nintendo Switch, slightly to the back instead of to the front like previously, but still. So we are going to start off with, I've just plugged a normal Nintendo wire in. So the ones I kind of want to know straight away is these ones. Okay, so straight away you can see that paired. So that then leads really well. So then that is going to be literally every single Pro controller that we have, or that anybody has, will pair with the Switch too. That's really good. These are really expensive. Do not go, if you've got a Switch, do not go out and buy another Switch Pro controller, like, because they've done the other Pro controllers for the Switch too. These work. That is amazing. Off the bat, I've got this one on the table. This is the Wii U Pro controller. I have no idea if this is going to work. It's charging, but I don't think it's necessarily going to work. So it's not finding it, as you can see here. Mainly I think that's because I don't think the Switch 2 has a button, does it? No, so the original Wii U and some of the older consoles, like the Wii, used to have this little red button that you'd click and it would pair it. So, unfortunately, this one doesn't work, does not pair with it. So we're going to put that in the does not work pile. Now, this particular one is, again, I think it's a Hori based one. Oh no, this was PDP. These, they do loads of these. These are the dirt cheap ones. They're all plug-in, they're wired. They're not wireless, but either way, like these ones, they do like Mario, Peach, Bowser, blah, blah, blah. So we're gonna see if this one works. Let's see if this one pairs. Okay, it doesn't come up as paired, but it does work with the Nintendo Switch too. So if you've got any of these PDP wired ones, they're going to work, which is great. So we're going to take that one out for the minute. So again, so far we're doing really well. All this stuff is kind of working, which is good, but we're going to go for an obscure one. I have no idea where I picked this up from. This is a Hori based one. It kind of gave me that weird controller you'd get given as a kid for the, I was going to say Mega Drive. Yeah, for the Mega Drive. I don't think I've had it out. I've had it out of the box. I don't know if I've actually ever used the damn thing. You have to bear with me. Nope. Awesome. Right, we will come back to this one because I've left batteries in there and they have gone funky. I don't know how that would work because that's what it looks like. I don't even know how that would plug into the Switch. So I think this one was for the SNES and NES Mini. But either way, this one is definitely not going to work. It's sad because I didn't realise the attachment in it. But either way, that one's not going to work. But that's my fault. I didn't realise the attachment. We have this controller, which is another wired based controller. This is officially licensed, obviously, as you can see, by Switch. Metroid one. It's another wired controller. This one is by PowerA. So slightly different people, and it needs a different. We are going to steal this wire. Anyone moans at me for doing this? This is a 7-year-old's controller. Babe, he eats it. It doesn't matter if I wrap it around the controller. I hated this one with a passion. So these ones kind of bug me because you can't put any one of these things in. You have to put specific. Okay, so PowerA wired controller working. That's really good. Again, these aren't that expensive. This was like 15 quid. My husband really likes Samus, so that's good that that one works. Really happy about that one, because again, that's another one. We're not buying a bunch of controllers. We're going to put these down here. So the next ones that we're going to say work then is, because this is PowerA, so we've got a Crash Bandicoot one, that is going to work. We have a Super Mario one, that is going to work. It's also very shiny. I have another PDP one. This one is going to work. The other ones we have are these. Helpful Amy. Now, bear in mind, I do have the NES one, but the NES ones, again, are that kind of slotting controlled. So they are not going to work unless they work paired. Couldn't find them. I would have brought them down as well. As I said, I found 90%. I have barely used these after buying them. But unless you are an avid player and you really think you're going to use them, I personally would not buy any of these ones. I do kind of want the GameCube one, just because I have all the others, but so I can't remember if these take a charge. So like they haven't been used for ages. What bits? Okay, they just use that, do they? So we have that wire, I think. Paired. So these, if you want to purchase them, they do work. Obviously, I think these are made to only kind of work on the what's it called, SNES and NES side of it. But either way, if you want some nostalgia, you want to play a NES game, they work. So that is a purple. I don't need to take that out. So I'm just going to put this one back in the baggie. We also bought them, mainly the other reason being because I thought it would be really cute for my kids to actually play with the legitimate kind of controller, even though those ones are slightly, definitely better quality than what we would have played with. So, do these both... Where did I put the other one? Over there. Right. Do these two work? Yes, that's another two that we know work. Now the final one that I've got to try in this particular round is this one. So this is the one that works with the N64 stuff in regards to the online play. Again, it is wired, I believe. I can't remember if this charges, but obviously this one is a specific one, so it's got like the home button here and stuff. It does have the same adapter as the Pro controllers. It makes sense. And it is paired, so this one works too. So that's really good. Again, this one looks like it's only going to work on that bit. I've barely used these, so I'm not fully sure. But either way, that's really good. These are really cute. I do like this one. I want the GameCube one, but I'm going to pause the video here and then spin the screen background. Got all the way to packing everything up, and then I realised there was one that I said I was going to do and I completely forgot. So we have the Pokeball here. So I have to turn the console back on. this particular Pokeball is my one. It actually has this bit on the back. This is the bit that goes into the dock itself, so you can dock it. So it looks like you're at Pokemon Center. I always wanted to get 6 of these and 6 of those to make it look like a Pokemon Center, but that would be incredibly expensive, so I never did. Right, what attachment do we have, sir? Right, okay, so I think the best thing to do, what we're gonna have to do is take, because that particular one's got the attachment for this, is to plug this in, which is really cute still, by the way. So it said it looks like this. These were out for like the blink of an eye. So that's that plugged in, and it's not had a bit of a moan or anything yet. And then this goes in there. It's not saying paired. This hasn't been used for a little bit, so I'm gonna give it like a minute or so just because my thing was I really kind of wanted to give Let's Go Pikachu like another kind of go, so that would be really cool if that actually worked with it, because basically you just mimic throwing the ball. But it's been I remember actually, look, I forgot, your Pokeball comes with Mew. So, I'm going to say possibly no. I was gonna have a moan. Okay, so it's just loaded straight away. So we're gonna see if it needs to be on the game to load. It's still giving me the options. Yeah, so it's telling me what to press. No. Press the A button on your controller. As I mentioned, I have not had this one on for quite some time. We are going to try taking the attachment off. So we've got, it basically is like a normal adapter like this. So we've plugged it in like that. Oh, it's picked it up, I think. Look, can you see the red flashing light? Just might be too weak of a battery. So I think this one does work, which is really cool. It's just that, as you can see that it is flashing red. It just needs more charge. I mean, the other ultimate kind of test is, it's not too far back, is it? We have this. And this one is probably in the same kind of like mark, as in like it needs like charging. And I have no fingernails. So again, I've pulled this out. That one's something. We're going to plug this in. So it's still flashing saying that we can use it, but I'm really unsure on this because it's showing that it's registering it, but it's not fully working. But said it could be to the charge. I will have to keep people updated in regards to that. I'm going to put this charging thing back on like this, and I'm going to leave that on charge on the dock like that. And I'll come back to it and see if at some point it does decide that it's going to work or etc. But I'm going to pause the video. So after sitting there and letting it charge for a period of time, the Pokeball is perfectly fine, it is working properly, and it does charge on the dock. You can actually hear it, it kind of like does that vibrate. So the Pokeball is fine. Long and short of it is, I do not think the Pokeball at present is adapted to work with the Switch 2. Now that doesn't mean in the future they're not going to do a service or system update in regards to the controller itself to get it to work. You never know. It kind of is a bit of a niche one. I don't know how many people still really even have them. It's, you know, Pokemon Ball Plus basically, which is kind of sad because I really wanted that one to work. But all in all, we have got quite a few that did work and quite a few that didn't. The main ones are, to take away from this, is that if you have a Pro Controller at home, then it is most likely going to work with the Nintendo Switch 2. So if you really don't need to go and buy one, don't go and buy one. On top of that, any of the cheap controllers that are kind of licensed with the Nintendo, like PDP, A Power and stuff like that, they are all going to work in regards to the Nintendo Switch. Now those ones are plug-in ones, so it's like if you've got the console docked more than if you've got it in front of you, because they're wired. But either way, it's still that if you want a controller, those ones are about, I'm based in the UK, those ones are about £15 in Argos, and I've seen them in our local stores like Asda and stuff like that, which is like America's Walmart, and they are about the same price. So it does give some more budget friendly kind of options. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will be doing a video really shortly in regards to just a close look up in regards to all the different Switch types. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.